Casey Richards back with you from the CDGA Studio, and joining us now, Otis Wilson, member of the 1985 Super Bowl champion Chicago Bears and an avid golfer. Otis, thank you very much for taking the time. I know you're headed to the stage here shortly at the Chicago Golf Show, so we appreciate you stopping by our booth beforehand.
Yeah, I'm heading over there for a quick fix.
Yeah, exactly. There's no such thing in golf, right?
I know. It's like, how is it, work in progress?
Yeah, exactly. So take us through a little bit of your experience with the game of golf. How long have you played and everything like that?
After the '86 Super Bowl, you get invited to a lot of events, and golf was one of them. Had no idea what it was, to be honest with you, and I went out there, tried it, and it was a little frustrating at times because you figure I'm athletic, I can get this thing down real easy. But it's not as simple as they say it is. But since then, in '86 to the present day, I finally got it down to about a 12 handicap, and I enjoy the game. I mean, the game is peaceful. I get an opportunity to just really play against myself in the golf course. But if you want to throw a little, something in there for the pot, you know how that goes. And you get to play a lot of great courses around the country because there's a lot of events, that do charity outings. So it's just great. And it just seems like all the old athletes get thrown into the golf world.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a dumping ground for basketball, baseball, football guys, but we have a great time. I mean, because we all admire one another as we played, and you get out there and you just play the game of golf.
Yeah. Well, that's the great thing about golf, right? Is that football, basketball, hockey, whatever it may be.
Yeah, can't forget about the hockey guys.
Yeah. There's kind of a shelf life on that in terms of how long you can play. But golf, I mean, you can be competitive with that really your whole life, right?
If I'd have known better, I would have taken it up. In 1976, my freshman year at Syracuse, the gentleman asked me, did I want to take a golf class?
Yeah.
I looked at him like he was crazy. I'm like, I don't know nothing about golf. No. If I know what I know now,
yeah.
I would have stuck with it.
Yeah. And here you are now getting ready to go on the stage to talk about golf, the Chicago Golf Show. What are some of your favorite places to play at here locally? I know you said you grew up in New York, lived in Los Angeles, but Chicago's now home for you. And what are some of your favorite tracks to play here locally?
I run my own non-for-profit, which is a fitness and nutrition and apprenticeship program. And I have my golf outing at Harborside International. So I get to play Harborside a lot. Some friends of mine lives over in Hammond, Indiana, and Lost Marsh is over there. So I get to play Lost Marsh a lot. But in the process of Mistwood, out in Romeoville, I just played my buddy's course in Florida, Michael Jordan's Galaxy 23. And so I get to play some of the greatest courses in the world. So to start naming them now, before I can name about 9 of them off the bat, but now I'm like brain dead right now. So, but I mean, here in Chicago, by far none is Harborside and Lost March. I played at 90% and the Chicago Highlands.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I picked all the nice courses.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year in our booth we had Emery Moorhead, one of your teammates from that 1985 team come by.
Money, we call him Big Money.
Yeah. And so he talked a lot about how, off the golf course or off the football field, the golf course would be a way for a lot of you guys and your teammates to bond and play golf together. So as you kind of think back to that, do you have any particular stories or teammates that you remember finally golfing with?
Oh, my God. Stories all day long. Hampton, Jim Thornton, McMahon, Richard Dent. Probably the most interesting one is Richard.
Yeah.
Richard Dent. Because, he's coaching while he's playing. He's telling you what you're doing wrong. He's telling you this. He's telling you that. And it's like finally you have to say, Richard, you know what? Be quiet.
There's always that one guy.
Yeah, there's always that one guy. But I tell you, when it comes down to putting, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He is right on point every time. But everything else, I got to tell him, shut up. Leave me alone. You should have did this on the practice range.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Otis, we really appreciate you taking the time to come by our booth and sharing some of your thoughts about the game that we all love and that everybody here at the Chicago Golf Show loves. So really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure to be with you, and golf is a great game, and I'm trying to get my grandson. I got my son into it, so I'm trying to get my grandson acclimated into it, and I recommend it for any kid. I mean, you know, baseball, basketball, football, but golf is like you mentioned earlier. It's something that you can play for the rest of your life,
Yes.
as long as the Lord's willing.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, Otis.
Thank you.